Welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happenings in Inmendham and such. Alright, something like that. Uh, yeah. Anyway, the podcast. Still working on that part. Trying to be coming up with the real plan of meaningful, relevant conversation that just doesn't have all the little nuisance stinky bits that other people throw into these things. I really hate the whole music in, music out thing. I just can't, I don't know how people will listen to that shit. I mean, especially when you're listening. It just sounds like a commercial, for fuck's sake. It's like the commercial before the show. The commercial for the show, before the show. I'm listening to the show. Why are you running a commercial for the show I'm listening to? While I'm listening to the show, it's, everything's just so tedious. I just can't bear what I see as things that just are stupid. They're wasteful. They're, yuck. So, in that line of thinking, I do have to keep working on my little logic website and whatnot, and cutting everything down to the key components, the key arguments. Been talking a lot about the robotic brain. Been making a lot of taking shots wherever I can. At the idea of what we're doing as being anything other than my programming, and that's all we have is our programming, and our programming is just byproduct. Nature and the influence, the drippings of a little bit of civilization on top of it. We learn a few little things about concepts like fairness and integrity and some kind of, and it becomes an emotional thing in terms of we build it into our pride and our self-respect. Honor code. And that becomes our underdog, is the truth teller. Becomes our little soap opera David and Goliath story that we make, or Jedi story, whatever. It's the metaphor is becomes part of our function, and but the basic function, the underlying program, is just selfish jackass. Heard the term fuckbot last night in the physics room, and it's usable, but yeah, it's not as brilliant as I thought so at 4 in the morning, well, 3 in the morning. But it's good. I mean, it's in a lot of different ways. I mean, just in the sense that it is nice and insulting, and we should be insulted. We deserve it, and just kind of get to this idea that there's only one thing on the mind, so to speak. And it's not anything profound or dignified. It's just trying to get in her pants and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that it is true. I mean, at least for unless you're really distracted by winning a Nobel Prize or something. It is about the only thing you think about, or the only thing I ever thought about, much. And you do this philosophy thing in between the wanks, but the wanks are like that's when you're really being alive, and the rest of the silly shit is it's not really it's turning of the butter. It's making of the to be launched bread or something, but it's just not it's what you do just in between innings or something. Not really the game. And anyway, and logically that is the game. The intelligence thing is what we should really be doing with our brains, is constantly using them for what they do rather well if you apply them, which is the whole logic thing, and adding up facts, and taking some principles like, fairness is a good idea, and it's really easy to be a cheater by this clause or that clause, and then try to get the brass knuckles out of the game. Whether you're describing the economy or how to fix some kind of problem and create incentives. Reward and punishment is like a really simple principle, and you say, yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, ideally, you want the rewards and punishment to be really cheap and easy. Nothing expensive, no torture involved, and I shouldn't have to, give dirty people blowjobs or something. Nothing where I have to sacrifice my skin, to create somebody else's reward. And likewise, we shouldn't, tear off somebody's skin just because, yes, they deserve a punishment and they're assholes. But anyway, so that's just, what I just did was part of what we should be doing, which is logically reducing things, to rational statements of this is how it will work, this is how you can solve the problem. So you identify the problem, and then you identify the solutions. And you want to make kids smarter? Well, figure a way to incentivize them reading the one page in a book, you could almost argue. Well, if they read any page in any book, I'll say they'll gain something from the experience. So all I have to do is figure out a way to get them to read a page in a book instead of watching SpongeBob. And you just do that for one day or 1 hour. And then you just apply what you learn through those experiments of incentives and disincentives. And eventually you'll come up with a system that's, if you allow it to evolve, if you allow it to improve over time, you can come up with a very powerful system of reward and punishment that will produce very lucrative, in terms of the product, very good results, and having civilized human byproducts that are capable of moderating their obsession with their self-interest and all of that kind of crap. You can have them do this think thing a little bit more, and without stealing their the fun of victory, the built-in natural rewards and incentives to be an asshole, to dance on the enemy's grave and all of that nonsense. So you can do something a little more useful than silly antics of expressions of your sense of accomplishment. Maybe even get off on the idea of right for the purpose of rightness, kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know if you know what I mean. It doesn't really matter. Sadly, a lot of it doesn't seem to matter much. Yeah, some beastie knocked over my plant. Must have been a deer or something came out here. Or, what else could be the reason? Could have been one of them cats. Rubbed its head up against it or something, knocked it over. It has really been, this weather is just... I mean, I think we're quite obviously heading for the hottest September, ever. Well, since a long time ago, let's say. Because, yeah, it's first 10 days of September, really, it's been warm here. But yes, the whole summer was, no 100-degree days, but everything close to it. And I guess it's just the idea that it's just kind of incessantly warm. It's not just a little patch of it here and there. It's, this 90, 80, 90, 90, 90, 70, yeah, okay, it's not hundreds, but it's just a lot of 90s. They add up. which is very nice in one sense, but yeah. Obviously it seems to be a sign that, you know, the atmosphere is going to catch fire any day. You know, we're all doomed and all that kind of crap. See, look at that. I transplanted some plants and I forgot to water them. And they're not looking too damn good. Ew. Yeah, that was not good, Gary. You gotta fix that. It's just been so... You have to water everything because there's no... You know, it's been very dry here also. Oh, weather reports. Ooh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That's a terrible thing to do in a video. Sorry. Yeah, that was disgusting. Yeah. Really. Sorry, I really apologize. Yeah, see, I'm talking about how I've got to get to the point and get things concise and, you know, get right on it and nail this stuff and make this all riveting and important and vital. And then I start talking about the fucking weather. Very bad. Now let's see. Yeah, I'm really disappointed. You got all this trouble. Oh, I killed them. Yeah, I planted them so I could murder them. That was my plan. It's almost like the, you know, some kind of human centipede doctor. I mean, the poor plants. Oh, you dug me up so you could torture me. But fortunately, I am knowledgeable of the world, so I'm not fooled by the silly Pyrrho nonsense that the little plants know any different. They can't feel their pain. It's pretty funny. Not only should I not feel their pain, they can't feel their pain. Nobody can feel their pain. Their pain can't be felt. They don't have a brain. Oh, I got a comment like that the other day. It's just so disappointing. Some asshole's been, oh, Gary, you're quite insightful, oh, blah, 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 blah. You know, all this kind of nice things he's saying. And then he comes up with a comment that's just such asshole bullshit. You know, well, I think maybe plants do feel in the singularity of the blah, 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 blah. And you're just, oh, fuck. No point. You're just not paying attention. I mean, it's just, you're just like, you know, there's really no hope. If people can't figure out plants don't feel, they can't figure out that this whole consciousness thing is a brain function, that you have to have neurons to do it, that this doesn't magically arrive anywhere. You can't just press the on button on the calculator and it starts feeling. It's just so illogical. Ooh, that brings up Matt. Yeah. Matt to the art, that guy from the old days. Excuse me. Hot. Oh, gee, he made some. He's a professor now at, you know, Crackhead U, or whatever it is, Psychedelic U. And, oh, man. Just forget it. You know, left the building entirely. It's just horrible. Hey, there's that vine that's now growing all kinds of creepy little flowers. No leaves, but little flowers anyway. Interesting. Mostly. Kind of. Lots of praying mantises about. I should be able to find one, actually. There's really quite a few of them plopping around. Seems the males are over here and the females are over here. Seems that way. Might not really be a statistical analysis, might find differently, but just my my personal interaction. That's what it seems to have been so far. Ooh, they're dead too. I gotta water that shit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm really, I do this every summer actually, which is a little disappointing. It's like I've just run out of steam at some point, and I just don't quite take care of things. You know, maybe it's depression or something. You just kind of lose your focus. Cucumber, it's quite oddly shaped. Small and oddly shaped. I've been getting, 2-foot long ones this year. really had my fill actually, but found out you can cook them, you know, and pretend they're something else and just throw them in spaghetti or something, and you'll never even notice they're cucumbers. It sort of works. So I have been able to disguise them as, you know, just something. You just throw them in like with the rice, and you just pretend it's some kind of vegetable. And you know, yeah, I'm fooled, so I go for it. So it works. All I've been eating lately is tomato sandwiches because there's so many tomatoes. These little ones are kind of strange, actually. You know, I'll save some seeds, but they're really not great tomatoes. And the volume just isn't enough for, you know, it's kind of the waste of a tomato plant, because I don't think you get, by mass, I don't think you get as much tomato in the end. It's just kind of gimmicky. You know, it's an interesting gimmick, you know, little tiny tomatoes. But it really isn't much in terms of practical. I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, can't find a praying mantis. They're all probably sleeping because they've eaten everything. Yeah, really have eaten everything. There's just nothing, you know, there's nothing flying around because they ate them all. Yep, all the world's insects have been eaten in this yard. So, anyway. So I don't think I'll drag this out too much longer. We'll do the same routine, I think. I'll just do some kind of, you know, I was thinking maybe of doing Alex Jones videos next. That might be funny. Or maybe we'll do the Stefan Molyneux thing or something. Try to find briefer snippets of his bullshit to play with in terms of analysis. Yes, analysis of those doing analysis. Whatever that segment will be called, but that's kind of what the idea is. Ridiculing the ridiculers. Something like that. But anyway, so I think I'll do a little more of the drunken peasant crap until I feel I've completed my task. And then we'll do the news thing. And, you know, I'll try to find an angle on the news thing that's more interesting. I always take it back to these rudimentary subjects. You know, you can't really fix anything till you got to fix the democracy, and you got to fix the legal system. You got to create accountability. You know, there's no, you can't have a good system unless you make a good system. And there's no point in, it's no point in treating the symptoms of a diseased system. That's just a waste of time. So the idea is to fix the system and not fuck around perpetually arguing about unjust system symptoms. No. But anyway, that's what you end up doing. And, you know, that's why I just don't like it much. You know, that's why the news is quite uneventful from my perspective. It's all been there, heard that, seen that. Who cares about that? Who's already done that shit? Oh, there she is. I'm eating somebody's butt. What the hell what are you eating? Let's see. It was something. I'm just trying to figure out what it was, bitch. Had some kind of weird ass butt, though. I don't know what it was. Very meaty looking. Quite meaty. Yeah, I can't recognize it as a part I'm familiar with. Yeah, I'd just like to know what you're eating. Is it a praying mantis? Anyway. Well, at least I feel better. My prediction that she would be out here eating was correct. Oh, are you paying me for this? I'm making an appearance in a video. I believe union rules. I'm entitled to compensation. Something with guts in it, I hope. Yummy guts. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy little gooey parts. Yum, 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 yum. Gooey parts. Oh, sorry, I lost myself. They really do they eat things alive like that. They just start chewing on it while it's still alive. It's just the whole game is over right there. The very fact that life creates this kind of a thing. Is she in there? Can't see her. I mean, the very fact that that thing exists, this disgusting creature. Ew. Oh, what the hell did it pull out of there? Ew, I guess it's like its intestines or something. Oh, gross. Ew, ew. Oh my God, it's horrible. Ah. Ah. I think I'm going to have a faint. Oh, disgusting. Anyway, yeah, so right there. The life game is now been disqualified. You know, steroid use, whatever. Violation of the rules. Can't do that. If life is going to make insidiously awful creatures, can't do it. Stop the presses. Can't manufacture it no more. Can't be a game worth playing. Just too stupid, too silly. As Monty Python would say, too silly. It's over. Stop it. These are really quite lovely. They don't eat other animals alive, which, you know, is good. Oh, these little monsters do, though. But I have to admit, they're furry and cute and all that fucking bullshit. Yes, you're just a praying mantis at heart, aren't you? Yes, you are. Another game over right there. Another, these creatures do not. Cat. They usually have to beat the shit out of each other, but they're all too hot to do that. See, those two don't like each other. This one doesn't like anybody, but he tolerates that one. He sort of tolerates this one too, but he has to chase him up, you know, into a pot, or he has to chase him now and then just to let him know he's the boss, even though he doesn't have any teeth. You know, everybody's fooled because he just jumps around and that fools them. Caterpillar on my flower. Yeah, okay, I didn't kill it. I just threw it somewhere where it's got no chance of surviving. Yeah. It'll find something to do. There's lots of perfectly good opportunities out there. It can make a life for itself. Yeah, see, I did it again. I just ramble about on subjects and just get rambling, and then I ramble into a half an hour, and you know, or more. I know it's often more, but anyway. So it was a good talk, though. Yeah, it was a good talk. So till next time, and well, till momentarily when I'm back in at some other time in the future, but for you it'll be really quite soon, and I'll be in a different mood of some kind, and I'll be complaining about something entirely different than the stuff I complained about here, except there will be some theme, connection, that has something to do with the robotic programming that is me, where I just keep bouncing into these themes that my brain is dominated by. And that's sort of what will happen. Yeah, so there, you don't really have to watch it, because now I've already explained to you the basic idea. And what more do you need? Yeah, that seems like more than enough information to go about your whatever programming. But if your programming is shitty, you should hang around and you know, allow me to fuck you up in a very positive way, I think. Yeah, very positive. well, very, alright. Well, positive from my point of view, obviously. Might not do you any good, but it'll all fit into my master plan in some way or other. Although it is sort of an ambiguous plan. Yeah, I talk, something happens, I win. Yeah, something like that. Alright, sorry, now I'm caterpillar obsessed. I don't know why the praying mantis doesn't eat them. Anyway, they want their dinner. I am hot, and you are irrelevant. Yeah, too bad. Ha ha. Well, yeah. Sorry, but it's sort of true. That's what I mean by the programming thing. Yeah, you just don't enter into the equation unless I have to enter you. Unless I'm scheming to say, oh well, I have to say something nice about the people listening or they won't listen anymore, so you better say something nice about the people listening or they won't listen anymore, because they're all fat asses that need validation. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to do that. Yeah, see, some jokes I do get. That is funny. Yeah. But anyway, till next time. And such. So forth and whatnot. Okay, it's me. I'm back. Yeah, okay. I know, it's not very exciting, but it's all we got is me. There's nobody else here, so... but anyway, Drunken Peasant segment, so we'll see how exciting it is. So this is some episode called Stevie's Revenge, the Manatee's Demands, much, much more, and all that kind of crap. And I don't know, I'm somewhere like an hour into it, and random spot, sort of. Random as a robot can do, of course. I mean, we're all robots, so I couldn't really do something truly random, so it's some sort of thing near. It's a simulation of a random position. Anyway, let's play along.
Or he had his adoptive parents come in and adopt him and change his life forever. But, you know, what is it with those that are half white suddenly demonizing their white side?
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Not. Kind of scary. The bleached blonde is talking about the half whites. But anyway, so it's going to be an ugly subject, no doubt. So she said that to a black guy, and so I guess the black guy is going to explain to us how it ain't so bad being white.
Because if you... you know, I don't necessarily agree with what Colin Kaepernick stood for, but...
Oh, you mean sat for?
Sat for.
I don't even know. So is that her name, Colin? Is that his name, Colin? Anyway, I don't know what the story is, so no context. Sorry, don't have any. The chick is hot, but you know, so what? She's retarded.
Good point. But I mean, you know, I mean, when you're mixed half black, half white, normally you look more black than white. Most of the time.
I don't really think that...
I don't know, is that a true fact? I don't know if that's really a true fact. I mean, obviously, it sort of depends on what you're... I mean, really, you know what I'm saying. I mean, is mulatto more black than white? I don't know. Is that the way it works? I'm not sure of that, that's all. I'm not sure. It depends on what you're starting with, right? Most black people aren't 100% black anymore, right? I mean, so, come on.
He, like, hates his white side or something either. I mean, maybe he does, but that just seems like some armchair psycho.
Was he raised by white people?
Yes. He was.
Okay, well, why would he? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Go to the black side, black people deitize mixed people.
deitized. So
Deitized.
we
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't know. You know, I think it depends on the people. That's right. Yeah, assholes are assholes, and idiots are idiots, and jerks are jerks, and fucktards are fucktards. Yeah, it depends on what group you go to and ask the question, and you get a different answer, depending on how fucktarded the assholes are, if you know what I mean. They sometimes interbreed, asshole and fucktard. Yeah, you gotta as fucktard.
pray to them as gods.
Asstard.
Deitized.
I think they're the best things in the world. So whenever they associate with us, it gives us an attachment to our oppressor that we claim we hate, white people. Remember it.
Yes. So, this is that Tommy Stoudemire guy. So they're interviewing him. So this is a black guy who hates black people. So, yes, of course. This has got to be like a Fox News thing or something, right? The Blaze. What the hell's The Blaze? It's got to be some kind of retarded show of some kind. Let's go interview a crazy black guy. Well, let's not say crazy. There's probably some other word for it. Well, they used to have words for like Oreo or something.
We look at mixed people and say, oh my God, you have such pretty hair. You have good hair. We love everything about mixed people because mixed people remind us that we do have an attachment to the people who we claim we hate. And I want to bring out something to you.
We claim we hate. Well, I mean, really, this whole idiotic notion that this has something to do with like all white people are slave owners or something. It's just kind of silly. You know, I mean, I think it's just kind of silly. And to think that all white people don't like black people or something, that's silly. Certainly there's people who don't like other people. I don't like anybody. I mean, you know, I'm kind of racist against everyone. Sort of. I mean, personally, I don't like people. I don't like humans, generally speaking. They suck. Yeah. They're all trash. Yeah. So, yeah. Different strokes, different folks and such.
That most of the media has neglected.
Right, so I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about. That is just fucking plain old goddamn gibberish right there. It's Tommy. That didn't make a lick of fucking sense.
I'm lost.
Well, it's sort of, I mean, he's saying that there's an affiliation that people have with their culture in a way, you know, and the connection. So he's probably saying that black people grew up watching the Brady Bunch too, and all the chicks is white. Probably saying something like that. Just saying it different.
You and everyone else. We could show you a fucking goddamn children's cartoon and you'd be lost, Stevie.
To talk about it. Mr. Colin Kaepernick was fined at the NFL in 2014.
I mean, I gotta say, look, I mean, any white person who's just sitting around saying, well, I'm going to contemplate it for a second. I mean, it's really kind of weird to grow up as a minority in a country, right? That would be kind of strange, right? You've had this advantage of never even having to give it a thought. Never even have to think about the fact that, hey, I'm the only white guy in the room. I'm the only, you know. And so that's got to be a little bit uncomfortable, I would think. I mean, just as a basic rule that you're growing up kind of alienated, all right? And then the culture is, you know, we always have this pop culture. That means the majority wins in terms of the culture war thing. And so everything on TV is going to be, you know, oriented to people that you aren't, you know. And that's going to be a little bit, it's going to fuck with your head, I would imagine. So there, is that being, you know, too, what's the word they use for that kind of shit? Thoughtful? Yeah, is that being too thoughtful? Yeah, yeah. So isn't that enough of a statement right there just to say that, yeah, okay, differences matter. I mean, we all notice them. We all have associations. We all do some profiling. These are all things we're going to do, just as a matter of robot habit. So why can't we just have a little bit of understanding and just say, okay, I get it. I get that they, you know, it's like the whole women thing, right? I mean, they got no penis, a period, and they have babies. I mean, Those are huge liabilities. 3 of them. Oh, wow. Horrible. All horrible liabilities. A little bit of empathy. I just don't see that as being too taxing.
And guess what he was fined for? Calling a fellow black player who had hit him and he felt like he shouldn't have hit him. He didn't call him an N-I-G-G-A. He called him an N-I-G-G-E-R.
You know, honestly, I don't see the difference. Like, I've heard people, like, have the difference, but, I mean, it'd be like...
well, look, it's baseball, okay, and they have a whole little code of conduct and all that kind of stuff, so you can get fined for being, like, rude. You know, you probably can't say skanky cunt if you're a baseball player either. Probably lots of things you get fined for. So who gives a fuck? They're getting paid a big giant pile of money. Probably only fined $50 anyway. Not really news. Don't really give a fuck. And he's not really all that black. You know, it doesn't look exactly like a black man. Exactly.
If I called TJ a fucker, he's still a fucker. You know,
That's the way you say it, though. That's the way you say it. But fucker doesn't sound as bad, dude. Come on.
Well, these are people like that. They routinely say faggot, things like that. Just, what's the point of having the discussion? Obviously, people like to play with words, and sometimes people say you're acting like a nigga, and they mean ER, yeah, or something like that, because you're acting like the thing we're not supposed to talk about. But I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, you just don't use that kind of, you know, you just don't use, there's a whole, look, we all know there's a whole pile of ethnically horrible words that you just don't use them, okay? Polak, there's lots of them, and nobody's having any problems with the rest of these words, right? They've all been buried on the ash heap of who the fuck gives a rat's ass. You know, well, I can't even tell you the last time I heard wop or kike. And so why is this end thing? Why is this the lingering pile of poo that hasn't been buried yet? Just bury it, fuckers.
Whatever.
See, Paul's a wigger. He knows the difference.
Yeah, I mean, there is.
Or is he a wigger?
It just, yeah. I mean, there is a big difference between nigga and nigger.
There's a perceived...
Well, whatever. I mean, like I said, in your book, there's a big difference. In my brain, they're sounding an awful lot alike. One seems to be a derivation of the other, like a plural or something. You know, I mean, I'm really not fooled if somebody says banana or bananas. I know what they're talking about, bananas. So yeah, I don't think, I'm not, you know, nigga. There's no place in my brain I can put that word and it doesn't somehow have some sort of, whoa, there's this big string tied right to this other fucking word. It sounds just like it. I'm just saying, it's just stupid for you to let's pretend the word doesn't sound like the other word when it does exactly sound like it.
difference, but it really isn't that different.
Well, yeah. I mean, linguistically speaking. One of those things...
Yeah, brain impact speaking. Brain impact is really the only thing we should be talking about. What is the brain impact of nigga and... and I'm going to argue that there's not enough of a difference where you say one word is friendly kitty and the other word is smallpox. You just can't really do that. I think they're both kind of smallpoxy.
Things a white guy might get away with saying if he's got a, you know, if he's amongst people who know him, and one of those things probably shouldn't be.
Yes, you're a European. See, yeah, there just aren't enough good words to make fun of white people. You know, I mean, calling us a European, like, oh, I got called a European today. Yeah, it doesn't really hurt my feelings much.
Said, you know, unless you want to get your ass kicked.
I've gotten away with it. I've gotten away with nigga around black
me
people.
too. Me too. I've passed it.
Well, okay, why don't you try Wappa, and then we can try Kaika, you know, and Polaka. Yeah, let's see if Polaka works. Dumb Polaka? Yeah, that'll be all fun, won't it? Fagadia? Quirioa? Well, I put an O in there. It's probably not... The O is probably totally inappropriate.
And Negroes. I got
Oh, see, don't even... Don't even go to the origin words, because they're even uglier. So fuck the whole thing. Fuck the whole... Like I said, just bury it already. Bury it. Bury it, bury it, bury it, bury it, bury it. With gook and, 4 million other pieces of shit. Just fucking bury it. Gooka?
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, damn, Ben.
Whoa, Ben. Ben's a racist.
Yeah, dude, Ben might be a little racist. I was about to say it.
No, I cleared the room. I made the whole room crack up. Which was all black people.
Okay, if you say so.
You can listen to my anecdotal story, but I swear it's true.
Oh, whatever. I think I've had enough of this mush. So, anyway. Look, this is a subject where people are going to have this rubbed in their noses because of all this, cops killing the black people and the black people saying I'm not a frickin' target on a target range, assholes. Black Lives Matter, like that's somehow a bad statement. Well, it's sort of a sensible statement to say to people who don't seem to be able to figure that out on their own. So you sort of need to say it, but I mean, you really only need to say it to cops because they're apparently the ones who can't figure it out. So, just saying. But yeah, it's just getting ugly. Uglier. Except the chick is hot. Alright, so the chick's hot, but the rest of the subject is ugly. Alright, so I think that's enough of that shit. So, till the next time and such, and so forth and whatnot. Alright, I'm back. I'm ready. Yeah, news time. So I think we're going to go to NPR. That's what came up, so let's go there. So, National Public Radio. See if they have news that's readable. It doesn't look too good. It says news, and it doesn't look like they have much here. A new truce plan for Syria. Plenty of reasons for skepticism. Because everything's blown up, and people don't give a shit anymore, and they're all desperate monsters ready to steal your goodies. Probably pretty cool. Anyway, factory fire in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is not too good a place. Okay, it kills at least 21. Yeah, it looks like another one of these great factories made out of straw. It's like they had one of the, the loser 3 pigs. Like the worst builder of the 3 pigs. Does all the construction in Bangladesh, apparently. So everything's built out of straw, and it's all, the wolf comes and blows it down or lights it on fire. Anyway, Keebler, some Keebler guy beats Karonia Plavlov to win her first U.S. Open title. Well, cool. Somebody beat somebody else to death in the arena of competitive tough personness. Tennis is shit anyway, right? It's like basketball. Everything's turned to shit. Because the sport basically is, what's your genetic code? I mean, are you a 6'3" female who weighs 482 pounds and, has 4 arms like a cow? If not, you can't play tennis anymore. Because it's all about the serve now. It's not about the little volley thing and the running around. It's just about hitting the ball 117 miles an hour and beating the shit out of whoever's on the other side with the ball. Yeah, it's not tennis anymore. It's some other kind of sport. But they're all like this. Like I said, all the sports are now genetic designer sports. I mean, you have to be genetically suited or you're fucked. You're not playing the game. And that's, I mean, sports was always stupid. Don't get me wrong. I mean, even when it was a, even when it was a sport that encouraged some sort of physical diversity, well, at least allowed some kind of physical diversity, even then it was stupid. But I'm just saying it's really stupid now. I think it's for stupid people. It always was for stupid people. So I have to admit, when I gave a shit about some of this crap, because I could be seduced into it and say, oh, that's my underdog hero. Little Froggy, I'm rooting for Little Froggy. Oh, I love Little Froggy. Hey, Little Froggy, you're going to win this time, Little Froggy. Go, go, go. See, that's the kind of thing you do. You pick a side. You say, as soon as I give Little Froggy a name, then I'll be rooting for the frog. But, he doesn't stand a chance against turtles, so he's fucked. Alright, in the battle to save frogs, see? They're trying to kill all the little frogs! Scientists fight fungus with fungus. Well, that doesn't sound like any fun at all. I don't really want to go somewhere where I have to fight fungus with fungus. I think you do the frogs a favor by just leaving them be extinct or something. I think the mountain yellow-legged frog would rather just go extinct than have to be, some kind of pawn in some sort of fungus war. Ugh, yuck. Alright, so I don't think we need any details, right? Details, smeetails. California DA charges 7 police officers in sex abuse scandal. What else is new? There are a bunch of rapists, and they usually rape little girls. Like, they'll sit on the street corner and try to seduce little 13-year-old girls and shit. Yeah, cops are all exploiting this pig motherfucking cunt bastards. And they never... if there was a cop like a Serpico who actually would clean up a town, go into town and say, hey, I'm going to watch you fuckers. I'm going to watch what kind of yachts you're buying. I'm going to watch what kind of property disappears in a property room. I'm going to watch what evidence disappears. I'm going to watch you fuckers. I'm going to watch when you're drinking on duty. I'm going to watch when you're beating your wives and when you're doing all that shit. And I'm going to fucking out you, you cunts. But there aren't any cops that do that. They say, ooh, I'm making $100 grand a year sitting on my ass. Why the fuck would I stir any pots of justice or decency? So I'll just play along like we're above the law because we're stupid morons carrying a gun. So yeah, I can't have respect for any cops because they all see it every day. They see some kind of illegal crap going on by other police officers. They see cops breaking the fucking law and they don't do a motherfucking thing about it. So fuck the good cops with the bad cops because you're not a good cop if you don't clean the fucking house, so to speak. So fuck them all. You're as dirty as your buddies. This works that way. If you're an accomplice, look, you know this, right, cops? You're not stupid enough not to know this. You know that the getaway driver, even though he doesn't carry a gun, doesn't go into the bank, doesn't do anything, if somebody gets killed, he's going to get charged with an accomplice to murder. He's going to get a murder charge. And he didn't do any of that. He just drove the fucking car. So you know how justice works, you fuckers. So you know when you let somebody break the law right in front of your fucking face, that you're an accomplice, fucker. You know that's how it should work. And you're just as guilty, rat ass. When you drive your buddy away from the scene of the drunk driving accident, and evade a blood test for 8 hours, yeah, you're an accomplice to a fucking crime, shithead. You're not doing your buddy a favor, you're breaking the fucking law. Cunts. Anyway. I don't like cops. I just don't like fucking cops. Anyway, Mike Pence releases his tax return. Donald Trump still won't. I thought it was a rule. To tell you the truth, I really thought it was a fucking rule. I didn't know you could run for president and not release your tax returns. And how can we even trust that they're going to put his fortune in the proper trust, because he's not supposed to have any deals or make any money or do any of that shit while he's fucking goddamn president. I mean, this is just such bull fucking shit. I mean, the guy's a compulsive liar. He hasn't given any money to his own foundation in 7 fucking years. I mean, shouldn't we get to see why? Yeah, I think we should be able to see. Anyway, he's just a compulsive liar. I mean, just a compulsive liar. 10 years of tax filings revealed relatively modest income of a public servant. Well, yeah, relatively modest in the sense that he's in the top 5% of income earners. So, yeah, it's relatively modest fortune. Yeah, well, fuck these people. defense spokesman says Donald Trump will release his returns after a routine audit. Oh, okay. Well, let's see that. Yeah, routine audit means, holy fuck, how am I going to clean up this mess to make it public? All the slimy deals that are in there. All the income he hid, you know, all that shit. You know, he plays the real estate game, which is one of the slimier games, right? Because you don't pay taxes as long as you don't sell anything. So, you know, if you keep properties and mortgage them, you don't pay any taxes. So, you know, it's a real slimy, you know, I'm getting richer and richer and richer, and as long as I don't sell anything, I never have to pay any fucking taxes. It really sucks. Slimy bastard. Fucking creepy fuck. God, I hate that cunt. I hate Trump more than I hate cops. Hey, anyway. Syria ceasefire plan reached. U.S. and Russia announce. Oh, look at that. How much do you want to bet it won't mean a damn thing? People in Syria are still going to be eating newspaper. Tracking the rebirth of the birther conspiracy. What the hell is that? That might be interesting. September 9. Oh my God, it's 9/9. Oh, 9/9's okay. Alright. Several surrogates close to Donald Trump have insisted this week that he actually believes President Obama was born in the United States, but Trump hasn't actually said it himself. Well, that's hilarious. I don't actually believe he was. I don't even actually give a fuck. I really don't. Frankly, I just think they ought to say, look, the president should hopefully speak some English. I don't know, they probably should give him like a puzzle test and should be able to master a puzzle meant for 5-year-olds. And yeah, that should be about the only rule, because frankly it's a democracy, and if we want to elect a lizard, we should be allowed to do it. A foreign-born lizard. Even if it's a foreign-born lizard, I should be allowed to vote for it if I think it'll do a better job than Donald the fuck Trump. Donald, you're fucking kidding me, Trump. Donald, holy fuck, you're not sticking that in my ass, Trump. Anyway, judge rules the Constitution can proceed on the Dakota Access Pipeline construction. No, Constitution. Judge rules, well, you know, that's the system. Judges suck, but I mean, I'm just saying they didn't. It is a contract. You sell off rights, you get money. It's the way it works. You can't be whining afterwards. Well, I spent the money and I don't really want the pipeline, so can't I just keep the money and, you know, not have the pipeline, huh? Please? No, it really doesn't work that way. Honoring the others fallen on September 11, sickened ground zero volunteers. Yeah, brain zero. Brain zero volunteers. I mean, I just think it's just such bullshit. You know, if you're going to sit there and play hero, right? So there's a car accident, and I know I'd be in a tough bind if I did this, but I'm just saying, yeah, and the car's on fire, and you see little Brenda hanging out the window, and she's going to get burned if you don't run over there and do something, and then the gas tank explodes and you get burned and you get fucked up. Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to say? It's her fault? It's the car's fault? It's the road's fault? Whose fault is it? No, it's your fucking fault. It's just too bad. I'm sorry that's the way it worked out, jackass, but you were given every fucking warning. I mean, it's a steaming pile of radioactive, horrible, toxic waste. And you assholes say, well, I have to go find Joe's wristwatch. Why? Why did you have to go find Joe's wristwatch? I mean, he's blown up. He's in a little bunch of little pieces. Why do you have to go digging around in the pile to go find his fucking wristwatch, you fucking retards? But if you want to waste your time doing something stupid, I mean, it wasn't even heroic. It was retarded. It wasn't heroic. It was retarded. I mean, maybe the first 2 days might have been some kind of, there's a chance that somehow they're in a pocket of quantum bubblery and they're still alive, sort of maybe. There's something maybe. But they were there months and months and months. Just, everybody says, hey, look at the shit you're breathing, you fucking retard. You better wear a mask. And what are they doing? They're wearing American flags on their fucking heads. And listen to George Bush with his bullhorn making speeches on the big pile of corpses. I'm sorry, I'm not being very empathetic, but fuck these people. Okay. One moment on a vacation changed her life and the lives of child brides. Oh, fuck that shit, retard. Fuck these. Give them all a good, hard spanking or something. Donald Trump's long embrace of Vladimir Putin. Oh, he embraced him. Isn't that gay? I thought Putin was really anti-gay. Trump has repeatedly praised Russian President Putin over the course of his campaign. Praised him for what? Being as wacky as I am? Yeah, I think that's it, right? Hey, you're almost as crazy a presidential thingy as me. You know, I think, could I have your Super Bowl ring thing that you stole? I really like that. I'll give you some gold leafy for it or something. I have some left over because, you know, I gold leaf everything. You know, it's kind of a Trump thing. Just put gold leaf on everything. Spray it with a little lacquer. It's Trump special. La 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 la. Anyway. VW engineer pleads guilty to conspiracy to violate U.S. Clean Air Acts. Well, that's pretty nasty. Yeah, it's a pretty dumb thing for an engineer to be doing. I mean, somebody at Volkswagen, I mean, they're not they're Germans. They're not stupid. Well, apparently they are. Well, his name is James Robert Liang. So I guess it's a, the Chinese do cut corners, so maybe it's a Chinese German. Yes, that corner cutting is just nasty business. Don't get into that. Alright, college high. Students are using more marijuana, fewer opioids. I guess the opioids are getting more expensive and harder to bribe your doctor into giving you, so fuck it. But who cares? I don't know. Heroin use is still pretty high, I think, so that's an opioid-y. Opioid-I-O-O. But whatever. College students are scum. I mean, they shouldn't be wasting their time. Oh, I gotta get a buzz, man. It makes me like brainiac-y. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't do your brain any good, you retards. Does Asia have a secret weapon against Zika? Oh, smoky gun. I have a smoking gun. Smoking gun will kill all the Zika virus. Anyway. Well, hopefully somebody else will kill all the mosquitoes and then we won't have to. NASA, other asteroid mission, grab a chunk and put it in orbit around the moon. They're going to pick up an asteroid and circle it around the moon? What the fuck are they doing this shit for? Flying people to an asteroid is really hard, so NASA wants to bring part of it to them. Oh, how fascinating. But some former astronauts say the $2 billion plan is born of politics and budget cuts and makes little sense. Yes, good. I'm glad somebody thinks it doesn't make any sense to be dragging asteroids closer to Earth. Yeah, it's just like an accident waiting to happen. Whoops, the asteroid fell on the Earth. Yeah, fuck that. After Facebook censored iconic photo, Norwegian newspaper pushed back. Oh, okay. Pushed back by publishing the iconic photo. Vietnam photo. How interesting. No, it really isn't. Citing the display of nudity. Oh, gee. Well, it is true. There's nakedness in it, but Facebook is gay and silly, so fuck it. In the ass. Which would be appropriate since it's gayish. Until dead. I don't know how people stand. It's the whole Facebook. Ew. Ew. It's like Twitter. I couldn't do Twitter if you paid me just because it's called Twitter. Twitter? No, I'm not doing that. Alright, anyway, in Michigan, you can check a box to vote down a ballot, Supreme Court says. Vote down a ballot. I wonder what that means. A straight ticket option lets voters cast ballots for all the candidates of one party with one mark. Oh, well, that's kind of lazy. I mean, fuck. I mean, they really shouldn't let people vote if it's too much work to check 10 boxes. Then yeah, fuck you. Don't vote. After cable cars got stuck in the Alps, dozens spent nights suspended in midair. Well, that's not exactly a tremendously horrible thing, I bet. Interesting people, a little bit of, oh, let's do the mile well, alright. 45 feet high club. Yeah. Anyway, why China wants to squeeze North Korea a little, but not too much. North Korea. Oh, North Korea. That's that crazy place. Oh, what a very nice bridge in North Korea there. Look at that lovely bridge. Wonderful. FCC wants to replace your cable TV box with an app. Well, that's... I don't know. Is that a good idea or not? Future cable TV, and it looks like the app's on your smartphone. The agency will vote later this month on a proposal to free customers from a set-top box. Well, I think they ought to free them from this stupid, idiotic crap where you have to buy a bunch of crap you don't want. You should just pay for the channels you want to support and not pay for the ones you don't. That should be some sort of constitutional right. A map to help cancer doctors find their way. Oh, well, blind leading the blind or something. North Korea conducts its 5th test of nuclear weapon. Well, I don't know. It's silly. Tray table stowed, seat backs upright, and Galaxy Note 7 off, please. Oh, okay. Apparently the smartphone is blowing up a little too often. Shit happens. I'm sure I was thinking about it. They probably, the production model, company gave them some good batteries, and then when they asked for, okay, we're ready to go into production, so we need 1 million of those, and they made the batteries, a little bit shittier, make a little money. Corner cutting, probably one of those German Volkswagen engineers. Doesn't have to be made entirely of lithium, does it? Can't we put a little bit of strontium in there? We have some left over from the nuclear plant. Yeah, a little bit, maybe some, I got some extra vegetables, throw them in there. California Governor Brown signs new climate change laws, but he's 768 years old. He's a little bit senile. Maybe. It's gotten kind of boring with age. Anyway, professor translates 1700-year-old obituary from ancient Greek. Oh, I'm sure he did that. He probably just made it all up. And Håkon was a great, great person and such. Did wonderful things for everyone, and he never left rocks in the walkway, and he never didn't not put dirt on his poo. What the fuck? Yeah, that would be kind of funny to write an obituary for somebody who lived in the Stone Age. I'll have to do that someday. Now in Hillary's Corner, businessman Mark Cuban offers updated debate tips. Mark Cuban's going to tell Hillary how to win the debates and such. I don't think he will. Evangelical gathering, sign of the world's doom because people are still dumb motherfuckers. Anyway, assigned conservative Christians slow to embrace Trump. Oh, they can figure out that he's a lying cunt and the Bible that he never read isn't his favorite book, and they can figure out he's maybe not telling the truth, for fuck's sake. I can figure that out, and I'm a dumb Christian. USA and Russia announced joint truce. We already heard about that. Welcome surprise. Spreading critter turns up in Chile. Oh, unwelcome surprise. Yeah, that does sound like an unwelcome surprise. It looks like a tick. A mite larvae. Oh my god. Oh. Quit having kids. We don't need to live in a world like... What do we want to do this for? Do you want to keep doing this? Shooting people with injections and things and doing all this crap. It's just... This whole game is too fucking sloppy. Can't you people figure that out? It's too sloppy. Seeing a mother's Alzheimer's as a time of healing and magic. Oh my fucking god. That's the one you just want to blow your brains out. Oh, Alzheimer's, the silver lining. Yeah, I'm going to write that book. Alzheimer's, the silver lining of goodness and fluff. It's so wonderful to watch somebody drool and shut the fuck up. Yes, Mommy was a big-mouth motherfucking cunt, and it's so nice now that she just sits in the chair and drools because she's such a fucking bitch, and she never shut the fuck up. And so I'm so fucking happy that she's a complete vegetable now because I hated her fucking cunt guts. Yeah, maybe that's the story. Oh, there just keeps more and more stories. I don't want all this shit. I'm done with this already. More on this mirror. Oh, pot and pregnancy. No harm seen at birth, but many questions remain. Like, will the kid be as useless a sack of shit as the dumb pot-smoking prego? I mean, they can't even, even for their child, they can't even cut it a benefit of the doubt break. Oh no, I'm going to get him stoned early, so he knows just how much to smoke and he, gets the proper tolerances and all that kind of stuff. Oh, God, I just hate this shit. Oh, Olympians, people feel that after the Olympics blues. Man, look at all these fucking things. Liberty Media to buy Formula One for $4.4 billion. They're still doing that kind of shit? Oh, God, crap that human beings waste time watching. Oh, man, speaking of fucking wasted human beings. Oh, is that what I was talking about? Oh, God, Kabul. Oh, there's something familiar. It just gives you a little kind of moment. Yeah, no fucking crazy Arabs in there. Thank goodness. The old Star Trek would have been ruined, right? I mean, that's worse than a Klingon. Oh, fuck, we got a Muslim on board. Shit, we're fucked. Anyway, much more than a 5-year mission. Star Trek turns 50. I'm older than Star Trek. Eek. I didn't realize that. How the fuck could I be older than Star Trek when I watched it? Oh, that's right. I would have to be older than Star Trek to watch it. Oh. Yeah, that's how it works. Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyway. NASA launches mission to retrieve accident asteroid dust. Ancient asteroid dust. Oh, how exciting. Well, at least this one didn't blow up. Right? That other one blew up and such, right? And the thorny questions that have followed. The rise of the drone. Oh, yeah, well, whatever. The missile shot by people in bunkers, killing other people. Rudely. Elephant playing with tire. I like that. Elephants playing with the tires. I like that. Altruistic? Is that what that says? Elephant gets pedicures and giant boots. So I guess he's got all kinds of issues. National Jew have turned to an unconventional therapy for an arthritic 41-year-old Asian elephant. Oh, they gave him new shoes. Oh, isn't that nice? Anyway, play the harmonica. Isn't that nice? I like elephants. Next to turtles, elephants kick ass. The most. They're very good. Hippopotamuses are pretty cool too, but elephants are cool. I don't believe this. It just keeps going on and on. I'll have to do this NPR thing again because, man, they got a lot of news stories here. Holy shit. It just keeps going and going and go. Oh, dog story. Bark ranger helps lick dangerous wildlife encounters in national park. What do you mean? What is he doing? Slaps bears in the head? It teaches the park visitors how to safely view wildlife. The dog does that? I'm not going to read it, but that just sounds like the silliest story ever. Alright, anyway, we're done. Look at that. It just keeps going and 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 going. Oh, gee, what is that? Oh, they're shooting shit up somebody's nose. Oh, this guy. Oh, more nose shit. Ooh. The news is disgusting. Eesh. Gross. Anyway, till next time. It's enough of this already. Way more than enough. Till next time and such. Yes, the camera seems to have had a failure of some kind. Yeah, so, shit happens. Yeah, it froze. So I don't even know where I was. I don't know if there's any point in doing it. I don't know nothing about it. So I think I got the time crystal thing, the silly story there. Then there was this massive holes punched through a dark matter thing. Yeah, I wasn't going to read it all. Yeah, but the picture doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just an artist's conception of babble. I don't know what kind of, this whole dark matter thing is just so damn silly. Anytime they see any kind of anything now, dark matter. It's like they see a bar pattern, the simplest pattern in the universe. On, off, on, off, on, off. Waves did it! Scientists are just too fucking silly. Anyway, researchers find climate change already playing major roles. Well, okay, well, sort of knew that. Engineers develop potalizer for roadside saliva test in marijuana intoxication. I wonder if there's such a thing as intoxication. That's an interesting concept. Will they be able to tell how stoned the person is? Anyway, I don't know. I could read this story. Maybe that says, but I didn't bother with that. Soundproof metamaterial. Metamaterial? I say, why do I even bother? What the fuck is a metamaterial? Please. Male chemistry primes females for reproduction, but at a cost. I don't know what the hell what kind of nonsense is that? Through their invisible chemical essence. Oh, jeez. You want to talk about invisible essences. Climate change blame for collapse of Hawaiian forest birds. They have drawings of them. I guess they couldn't find any of the real birds to show a picture of. Scientists predict the existence of a new boson called the big boson, or the big boson. Yeah, it's a mad world. Anyway. Oh, this one's going to explain dark matter. So they have the magical gravity, non-material gravity particle. Fuck. Yeah, it's still working. Three-wheeled electric vehicle set to go on sale this year. It's called the Death Trap. It really is. I mean, I'd rather, just give me an electric motorcycle. I mean, fuck it. Why bother with the pretense of this front end and everything just so somebody could smash into me? Come on. Silly. Anyway, study finds increased ocean acidification due to human activities, like pooping. Oh, okay. Physics discovers smoke rings made of laser light. What? Most basic physics textbooks describe laser light as a fairly simple term. Say, a beam travels directly from one point to another, unless it strikes a mirror or other surface. Will continue traveling along an arrow straight. Well, see. I guess I better read this one. I mean, apparently there is some divergence built into lasering, but so I don't think this is groundbreaking, but whatever. Let's see. But these basic rules go out the window with high-intensity laser light. Oh, so if you cram much light in there, then it spreads. Gee, that's not a big surprise, is it? Powerful laser beams, given the right conditions, will act as their own lenses and self-focus into a tighter, even more intense beam. Well, that's interesting. Even more intense. University of Maryland physicists have discovered that these self-focused laser pulses also generate violent swirls of optical energy that strongly resemble smoke rings. In these donut-shaped light structures known as, spiral vortices, the light energy flows through the inside of the ring and then loops back around the outside. Anyway, this is probably just caused by the fact that they are trying to cram a lot of energy into a small space, and the cramming is probably causing the turbulence okay, that they're blaming on the light. It's not the light's fault. But anyway, newly discovered optical structures are described. Okay, I'm going to describe. The researchers named the laser smoke rings, vortices. The light surfaces are ubiquitous and easily created with any powerful laser given the right conditions. The team strongly suspects that STOVs could explain decades worth of whatever results and unexplained effects in the field of high-intensity laser research. Well, whatever. I think it's probably explainable as something other than this bibbly babbly loopity doopity. People don't, they don't know what light is. Freaking retards. It ain't any of that. Light isn't doing any of this hookity pookity. They made all that crap up. Anyway, okay. Researchers debunked 5-second rule. Sometimes bacteria transfer in less than a second. Well, I think bacteria can transfer in less than a millisecond, less than a fraction of a second. I think as soon as it hits the ground, it smashes into the ground and picks up whatever's on the ground. So I guess anybody who thought it took time for stuff to stick to other stuff were probably stupid fucks. Anyway, 10th of the world's wilderness lost since 1990, study finds. Yes, well that's because they're burning down the rainforest still in Africa, mostly. Asteroid something gets first visitor in billions of years. Well, who the fuck cares about visiting an asteroid? It's a fucking rock. Climate change spells worse typhoons for China. Japan study. Ah, so Japan is telling China they're in for a big trouble. Yeah, well, maybe not. New material to revolutionize waterproofing. Uh-oh. The Australian National University. Good day! Have developed a new spray-on material with a remarkable ability to repel water. It's like remarkable. It's like plastic film. Yeah, in a bottle that you can squirt. Anyway, EU finance minister lined up behind tax ruling against Apple. Well, that's silly. Samsung sues Koreans to stop using Galaxy 7 Note. What? Samsung urges Koreans to stop using it. Wow, I wonder why they're just the Koreans. South Korean customers on Saturday to stop using its Galaxy 7 smartphone following a similar warning in the U.S. customer agency. Several airlines fear battery explosions. Well, that's interesting. Are they going to recall them all or something? What the hell? Stop using it after I paid for it? Fuck you. Waste besieged Easter Island slowly learns to recycle. I think you could tell if the battery's getting hot. U.S. should act to support innovation in increasingly clean electric power technologies, report says. U.S. Navy gives the look inside future at 4, but I don't care about this stupid new gunship. You probably knock it over with a ham sandwich. What if hacks, email leaks could sway election weeks away? How cold are black holes? Well, you have to catch one first to find out. So why don't you go out there and get a net and catch yourself one. Here's what dogs see when they watch television. I don't want to know that. Calculating the role of lakes in global warming. Yeah, that's going to sound boring. Was Neil Armstrong creepy? I mean, misquoted. Studies suggest his accent could have been to blame. Ah, so he said things badly. Wait, what kind of accent did he have? I don't remember. In one of the most famous quotes of all time, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind," were the words of the Neil Armstrong uttered when he set foot on the moon. Well, what do you think he said? "I eat bananas every day and it makes me a randy little fucker." I don't think that's what he said. He must have been Southern or something. Yeah, maybe that's it. No evidence long-term welfare problems with electric containment of cats. Electronic containment. A study of animal welfare specialists has provided new evidence that using electronic containment systems to restrict where pets venture does not result in long-term well-being problems. Well, the cat looks fat. So, well, I mean, you know, I suppose that's okay. I mean, he's, happy. His life is meaningless and pointless, like our own, so why not? Yeah, I gotta quit worrying about stuff like that. Scientists study effects of extra space dimension in particle physics and cosmology. Yeah, fuck them extra space dimensions. Stupid silly retards. We're going to find a unicorn. You just wait. We're going to find a golden unicorn. Scientist. Extinction alert. Saving the world from a deadly asteroid impact. Oh, not that again. I mean, I'm just so sick of these stories. Some asshole posted me a link to a video basically arguing how you know, you can't destroy the planet with all the nuclear bombs we have and blah, 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 blah. And it's comparing it to an asteroid impact, which is kind of stupid because all the energy is in one place. And obviously it's not the... If you want to maximize the fracturability of something, well, you put the nuclear bombs in the right place, like on all the fault lines or something. And you just, you know, maximize their destructive ability. And you can certainly make bigger bombs. I mean, if you're really trying to blow the planet up, you don't have to stop at 50 megatons. You can just go to 500 megatons and 7 zillion megatons. You make bombs really, really big, and you put them in really, really bad places. And so, fuck you, asshole. But there's always somebody doing some kind of stupid shit to annoy me. And then they do it to annoy me. No doubt about it. So anyway, I think that's good enough for now. Yeah. Sorry, it's a long video, I think. Well, at least it still works. So I will get back to you, and you can do whatever you were doing, and life goes on until the next time when we struggle to once again make something out of this shit that we're stuck in, this bucket of yuck. Yeah, that's, you know. Anyway, we have to make the best of it, and so we have to figure out what the best of it is and make it. Anyway, that's it. So till next time, thank you very much, whatnot, so forth, blah 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 blah. Or as Thunderfoot would say, blah 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 blah. And such.